So I'm going into Purepecha class again to learn the Purepecha language. This will be the third of 20 sessions. I missed the last class, but I got the homework and finished it last night. It took several hours. It was all verb conjugations, which I kind of learned a little bit. I don't really have the expectation that after this process I will speak Purepecha, but I will have a familiarity with it, and I'll be able to say some basic things. I think that'll be really fun and great. And it's something new for my head. You know, it's a new puzzle. Also, I like the idea that here in Mexico there are a lot of indigenous people who have retained part of their culture. The truth is, a lot of it's been lost. The Purepecha language has suffered some, but it's still intact, and there's still native speakers. And of course it changes because you have new things that happen, you know, where you need a new word for something. So in some cases we could make a word like computer, or what's more likely is that they'll use a Spanish word when they don't have the Purepecha word. So it'll be Purepecha, Purepecha, something kind of like a Spanglish, right? Be a language fusion a little bit. And I think, you know, the idea of saving these languages is kind of like saving heirloom seeds. We may not know what the value is. Like, would it really matter if nobody spoke Purepecha anymore? Maybe not, but it's something about our cultural heritage that we shouldn't lose. Also, what I can offer is that right now it's very hard for me to learn Purepecha because I'm constantly translating from Spanish into Purepecha and back in English, or Purepecha. It's just confusing. And so I'm going to actually make a dictionary that has English Purepecha, which could also theoretically help Purepecha speakers learn English, which is cool. But also English speakers that want to learn Purepecha could have tools to do that, even if they don't speak Spanish. So it opens it up to a bigger world. I don't know why someone would want to learn Purepecha if they didn't live here. I'm just doing it because I live here, and I like indigenous cultures, and the Purepecha people seem pretty cool. So it's a little goofy to learn a language that could be dying, but I guess I'd like to not see it die, and I'd like to be part of keeping it healthy and even reviving it more. So if somebody anywhere in the world wants to learn Purepecha, I think they should have English language resources available to learn Purepecha. I don't know. It's kind of confusing. I'm tempted to drop out of the class because it's just, you know, it's an extra thing. But it's also something that isn't Bosque related directly. And so that's kind of nice for me to get out of my world, because I'm very mired in everything to do with the Bosque. I'm just churning all the time in my mind. Bosque, 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 Bosque. Thinking of all the things I need to do. And so it's cool to have something else to do. Learning Purepecha.